Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And welcome to our outdoor service here at Temple Shalom Emeth on a beautiful, non-humid night. Enjoying some of the best weather we've had all summer. We're going to start warming up with a contemporary version of Shalom Aleichem. This one done by a fellow named Sheldon Lowe. Hope you'll join in on the chorus as you get to know it. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashar, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashar, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Boachim Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Join us with your shakers. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Taken Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, so I might quiet things down a little bit with this second song to help to get us in a more spiritual mood for Shabbat. This is one called Holy Ground. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, everything, everyone, every place, every way, where you walk, where you stand, where you love, where you pray. All of life is holy ground. Every he, every she, every what, every who. It's in her, it's in them, it's in me, it's in you. In the bitter, in the sweet, in the calm, in the storm. All of life is holy ground. So walk as if it's holy ground. Breathe as if it's all around. Talk and make a holy sound. Take your shoes off, you're on holy ground. When you hurt, when you heal, when you laugh, when you pray, when you hold, when you keep, when you give it away. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day. All of life is holy ground. So walk as if it's holy ground. Breathe as if it's all around. Talk and make a holy sound. Take your shoes off, you're on holy ground. We are one journey, one story, one tapestry we weave. One people, one glory, one legacy we leave. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, everything, everyone, every place, every way, where you walk, where you stand, where you love, where you pray. All of life is holy ground. All of life is holy ground.
It's called holy ground. I think we need to wake them up again.
I know I'm sleeping.
Okay. I'll take that as a compliment.
You lulled me to sleep.
Here's one called Shir Chadash, which means a new song. Oh, 640 something, maybe 48, 40.
It's
There are
on
words.
page 640 something. The rest is
Yeah,
up to
the other
you.
one wasn't in the book at all, so I wasn't thinking of that. But
I
you're
might
right.
get away with that one.
I have to remember that. It's been a busy day. It's another also called Shiru Ladonai. It begins with those words. Sing to the Lord.
Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. I will sing a new song unto God.
All right, thanks everybody.
Well, Shabbat Shalom again. Welcome. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening, and it's a great way to start Shabbat and leave all our cares and worries behind us and celebrate this very special day. And we're going to begin our special day by lighting the Shabbat candles that you may find on pages 120 and 121. Val, would you like to come on up and light the candles for us in honor of her sponsoring, her and Mark sponsoring Oneg Shabbat? 120 and 121. These are trick candles, so these are our outdoor. I've got it here.
No, I'll find it. I just can't see it too well. Sorry. Sorry.
Here. One just uses it on stand. Yeah.
Being extravagant with the matches here.
So we'll have to replace that extra match.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us in mitzvot. Who hallows us in mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen, 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 amen.
And now that we've lit the lights of Shabbat, we're going to continue on page 138 as we welcome the Sabbath bride with the singing of Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala.
Join us with your shakers.
Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Ishmi'anu el Am Yuchad Adonai echad U'shemo echad V'shemu tiferet v'tilah Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala.
Verse 5.
Itoreri
Kiba Ore.
Kumi Ori Uri Uri Shidaberi Kibo Adonai Alai Mila Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala.
Last verse.
Oi v'shalom Ateret ba'ala Gam b'simcha U'tzahola Tov emunei Am zeula Oi kala Oi kala Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala B'nei Shabbat Nekabala.
And now that we've welcomed the Shabbat bride, that concludes the first section of our service called the Kabbalat Shabbat, or the welcoming of the Sabbath. Now we continue on page 146 with the second section of our service called Shema Uvirchoteha, the Shema and Its Blessings, where we reiterate the basic beliefs of our faith. So please rise and body your spirit for the Baruch Hu. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam Vaed.
Page 146. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim Bechokma Poteach She'arim Uvitvuna Mishane Itim Umachalif et Hazmanim Usader et HaKochavim B'mishmerotehem Barakia Kirtzono Borei Yom V'Laila Golel Or Mipnei Choshech V'Choshech Mipnei Or Uma'avir Yom Umevi Laila Umavdil Bein Yom Uvein Laila Adonai Tzvaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Together on the top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch Atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 150.
Ahavat Olam B'Yisrael Amcha ahavta Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Hakim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadecha Otanu lemadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shafenu B'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratcha U'mitzvotecha Leolam va'ed Ki hem chayenu Liorech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla Nege yomam v'layla V'avatcha al tasir Mimenu le'olamim Baruch Atah Adonai Ohiv Amo Yisrael Ohiv Amo Yisrael.
Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch Atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Continue on pages 152 and 153 with the Shema prayer, the watchword of our Jewish faith. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue with the Via Hafta, which is an extension of the Shema prayer on page 154.
V'ahavta Adonai Elecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech ושחתך ובקומך ושרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Liot Lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Together in English. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy in your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohim Emeth. Now we continue on page 158 with the singing of Mi Chamocha, which is a song that the Israelites sang when they crossed the Red Sea to freedom from Pharaoh's grip. Get your shakers ready.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Torah tehilo, oseh feleh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Torah tehilo, oseh feleh. Achotecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ve'eli amru Adonai olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Torah tehilo, oseh feleh.
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. praise to you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Now we continue on the next page, page 160, with the Hashkivenu prayer, which asks God to create a shelter of peace around us.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu B'Shalom, B'Shalom. V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Together at the top of 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporez sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Now we continue with Vishamru. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time, on page 162.
Bishan b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת
הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam.
And that continues the next section of our service, and we now continue with the tefillah on page 164, which means the prayer, and it's the time when we speak directly to God and thank God for being the God of our ancestors, the God who gives us strength, and the God who brings us peace. So please rise if you are able on page 164.
Ananana svatai tivta, ananana ufi yagi tehilatecha, ananana Adonai, ananana svatai tivta, ananana ufi yagi tehilatecha, ananana Adonai, ananana svatai tivta, ananana ufi yagi tehilatecha, ananana Adonai, ananana svatai tivta, ananana ufi yagi tehilatecha.
Page 166.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Konei HaKol, Zocher Chaste Avot ve'Imahot, Umevi Ula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo v'Yahava, Melech Ozer, Umoshia Umagin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin, Abraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Page 168. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata Rav lehoshia, Mechakel chayim v'chesed, Mechaye hakol le'rachamim rabim, Someh noflim ve'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umkayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha b'gvurot, Umidom elav, Melech memit umkayem, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata lehachayot ha'akol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Page 170. Ata kadosh shimcha kadosh, ugdoshim kol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Together, you are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. We now continue with the singing of Shalom Rav, a song for peace, which you may find on page 178. 178.
Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Nasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Nasim Le'olam. Ki ata u'melech Adon, B'chol HaShalom. Ki ata u'melech Adon, B'chol HaShalom. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Nasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Nasim Le'olam. V'tov be'einecha livarech et Amcha Yisrael. B'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Nasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Nasim Le'olam. Nasim Le'olam.
Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Now we continue on page 371 with our Mishaberach Get Well Blessing. Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Imotenu Sar Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et ha'olim hazeh. This evening we think, may the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. This evening we think in particular of Steve Wasserman and Michael Nussbaum, and at this time if there are names of others you'd like us to keep in our hearts and our minds, as we prepare to recite the Get Well prayer, you may say their names as I look around the circle. We also think of all those who are suffering from COVID right now. We also think of all those in Ukraine who are still enduring the horrible conflict there, as well as those who are suffering around the world from climate change issues and conflicts of all sorts. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for all of their health to be restored and all of their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them all a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen.
Mi sheberach avoteinu, Abraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mi sheberach imoteinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer. Bless us with the power of your healing, bless us with the power of your own. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Mi sheberach avoteinu, Abraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mi sheberach imoteinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. well. Bless us with vision for tomorrow. Help us reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Misha Berach Avoteinu. Misha Berach Avoteinu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
So in addition to reaching out our spiritual support to all of those who need our help, we also think on Shabbat of all of our blessings, because according to Jewish tradition, God tells us to focus on all of our blessings and everything that we're grateful for, more so than focusing on our worries and problems. And so it's at this point in the service where I ask people to maybe just tell me something that they're grateful for this week, or some blessing that they've recently had in their lives. And I will start while you think. I am grateful to have new friends joining us this evening. I'm very, very excited and grateful to have you all here. And I'm grateful that it's such beautiful weather for our outdoor Shabbat service, and I'm grateful that I can see the prayer book. I don't know about you guys. Anybody else want to add anything they're grateful for?
I'm grateful for my grandson starting at daycare this week and going very smoothly. So very, very happy to have that.
Excellent. And by the way, I'm grateful for the band being here, and I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful that Andy's up here from the Cape, which is a rare.
Not so rare in the coming month when
Right.
we'll have lots of reasons to be attending live services.
Excellent. Who had Jeff?
Well, I'll say two things that I'm grateful for. One is I'm grateful that the rabbi and cantor and the band are on this very nice little stage.
Yes. So Jeff is grateful that we are, for the first time ever, leading a service from our brand new outdoor patio, which was beautifully designed. And thank you.
You call it a new patio. We call it a new bandstand.
Okay.
It is very nice.
And I'm also grateful, so my daughter Jessica is starting a new job next month in Washington, D.C., doing what she wants to be doing. We're a little sad that she'll be moving.
And he's grateful that his daughter Jessica is going to be moving to Washington, D.C. to pursue her dream job, which is really awesome. Who else has something that they... Val?
Well, I'm just thinking back on my week, and after services last Friday, Saturday we had a fab dinner hosted by Ellen, and then Wednesday I walked with a group of friends from the temple. Wednesday night was ping pong, which is a temple club, and then what was it?
Don't forget last Sunday at your house.
Thank you. Sunday we watched football with a group of temple friends. So all that was generated from a group sponsored by the temple, or just friends that were getting together. That was all kind of born out of the temple. So very thankful for a fun week.
Excellent. I won't repeat everything you said, but Val is grateful that there were so many temple activities starting this week. And in addition, one that you weren't at, which was the opening day of religious school last Sunday morning. So all of our temple programs started this past week, and we've got a lot of vitality here, and a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of groups of friends in our congregation. So we're all grateful for that. Anybody else? Yes, Alex.
I was very grateful to be meeting you all and be here with you tonight with my lovely girlfriend Stephanie, who encouraged me and invited me. I know reached out and spoke to you. It's a pleasure and honor to again meet you all and be invited.
Thank you. Now not letting you leave. So Alex is brand new here. It's his first time, along with his girlfriend Stephanie, and we're very, very. He's grateful to be here with us. we're grateful to have you guys with us. So it's a win-win situation. So thank you for saying that. That was very nice of you.
I have one more. We had a training class here yesterday, and one of the trainers came up to me and said, "Oh my goodness, your temple is the floor, the ceiling, the painting." So thankful to hear that. Nice mom.
Thank you. And
Shout out to Bob for that.
Val was grateful that we got compliments last night at a training session about how beautiful our building looks, and it's largely thanks to Bob, who's sitting right there.
And our anonymous donors who've helped pay for much of that.
Yes. All right. So for all of those reasons, did I?
Well,
Sorry.
I'm grateful that my son, whom we took to college for his first year away from home a week and a half ago, actually called us a couple of times this past week.
Wow.
He's happy, but he's also misses us.
All right,
we miss him.
that's the perfect combination. Excellent. And by the way, Val, you didn't mention that the group that you walked with this past week included my dog, Rocky, who walked for the first time all the way down and all the way back. All right, so for all of those reasons and more, we continue with the Shehechianu prayer, thanking God for enabling us to reach this moment in time, which is on, not on all of
It's all through the book from different
you. You can
places.
shake along.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Well, Shabbat Shalom again, everybody. And I just want to say 2 words, maybe 3, about this week's Torah portion. I don't have too much to say because my head is swimming with 4 different High Holy Day sermons. Plus, every time I sit down to type something, my dog starts biting me. So it's an extra challenge this year. He's a puppy, just FYI. So hopefully it won't continue in years ahead. But I just want to say that this week's Torah portion is called Ki Tavo, which means when you come. And it talks about, it's from the book of Deuteronomy. We're getting closer and closer to the end of Deuteronomy. And it's when the Israelites are about to cross the river to the promised land. And Moses is telling the Israelites messages from God, what they should be expecting when they cross over. And so a big part of it is talking about how different members of the 12 tribes of Israel, the heads of those tribes, are supposed to go on top of 2 different mountains, and one group is supposed to shout out curses that the Israelites will receive if they don't follow God's laws in different ways, and the other one is supposed to shout out blessings that the Israelites will receive if they do follow God's laws. So it's a really interesting Torah portion, but what I wanted to talk about just for a second was the very beginning of the Torah portion, which talks about how the Israelites were supposed to bring the first fruits of their harvest to the temple in Jerusalem, and just to give thanks to God. And really the harvest is what we relate to on the holiday of Shavuot, which is the holiday which occurs in the spring, the holiday called the Feast of Weeks. And they were supposed to give thanks to God. And when they brought their first fruits to the temple, they were supposed to recite words which begins with, "My father was a fugitive Aramean, and he went down to the land of Egypt, and he sojourned there," which is part of our Passover Seder. So in this week's Torah portion, we have references to Shavuot and references to Passover, even though it's right before Rosh Hashanah. And the whole thing is supposed to remind us not only to be grateful to God for the bountiful gifts that we've received, and being able to harvest the fruits of our being and the fruits of our labor, but also to remember our past and to remember our heritage, and to know that everything that we have today is based on we're standing on the shoulders of those that came before us, as they say. So we need to be grounded in our Jewish faith, our Jewish tradition, our Jewish history, and to be grateful at this present time, giving gifts to God of thanksgiving. So all of that is in this week's Torah portion. I encourage you all to take a look, and we're actually going to be reading a little of the Torah tomorrow morning for our Shabbat Minyan service. So that was all I have to say. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And now we're going to continue with the Aleinu on page 586 as we prepare our concluding prayers. Please rise in body or spirit. You can sit down now. I forgot prayer. I'm still getting used to this business.
So we would like to sing together Ose Shalom, which we usually sing at this time of the service. And I think you'll find it on page 180, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, sorry I forgot that little prayer. I've only been doing this for 41 years. So.
Well, you have an good excuse, because this is a new version of it, which we haven't been doing for very long. So this is a version, a contemporary version that I've heard a very good group called Nava Tehila do. So we're going to try this for you here.
La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Ose Shalom Bimromama Uyase Shalom Aleinu Bi'al Kol Yisrael Bi'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Imru Amen La 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ose Shalom Bimromah Uyase Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Imru Amen La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Can I go on to Aleinu now? Thank you. Please rise for the Aleinu on page 586.
Aleinu lishabeach la'adon ha'kol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Please be seated.
Please join me on the next page, page 588, at the top of the page.
Shehu noteh shamayim v'yoser haaretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al u'shkinatu zo V'gavit miromi. Hu Eloheinu Einod. Emeth Malkeinu Efes Zulato. Kakahato V'torahato. V'yadata hayom. V'yadata hayom. V'hashivota el levavecha. Ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim. Hu ha-Elohim v'shamayim mima'ah. V'aretz mitachat Einod.
And now please turn to page 591. And we are going to do a contemporary rendition of Bayom Hahu.
Get your shakers ready.
Shakers ready.
Ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yehiye Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yehiye Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Bayom hahu yehiye Adonai, Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Bayom hahu yehiye Adonai, echad u'shemo echad. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu yehiye Adonai, echad u'shemo echad. Echad u'shemo echad. Echad u'shemo echad.
Now we continue with the introduction to the Kaddish prayer, the prayer we recite for those who have died, on page 599. We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Recall those whose yahrzeit or anniversary of whose deaths occur this week: Harriet Dauber, Irving Fanger, Arnold Flagg, George Gerhardt, Sam Perlman, Sylvia Weisberg. At this time, if there are names of others you'd like us to keep in our hearts and our minds, we prepare to recite the Kaddish prayer. You may say their names aloud as I look around the circle.
Ken Canning.
We also remember those who died of COVID during this past week, month, and year. We remember all those who are continuing to be killed in Ukraine and other conflicts around the world. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. Return to page 598 and rise in body or spirit to recite the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shmei Rabbah, V'yalmad yivrach v'yurtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach v'olam elmei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shmei d'kudusha b'richu, V'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran b'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, uyaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to our country, to all Israel and all the world, as we say together, Amen. Please be seated. Would you like to make any announcements of any sort?
I didn't prepare any announcements, but let's see. Next,
It's more fun this way.
I know you like it this way. See how aware I am of what's going on in the temple. We have next Shabbat. We have the Bernard Nelson Award ceremony. We'll be recognizing Shelley for her winning that award. It was announced 6 or 8 months ago, but we finally are getting everybody together in person to celebrate that. So I hope you can join us for that. And then it all starts ramping up for high holidays, starting on the evening of the 25th. So we'll check your weekly announcements for all the times and services that we'll be having.
Excellent. And tomorrow morning, would you like to say something about tomorrow morning? We're going to have our first of a monthly Shabbat morning services starting at 10:30?
10.
Starting at 10 o'clock in our sanctuary. Ben Einseidler, our rabbinic intern, is going to be leading that service, along with Ben. The Bens will be leading the service. Two Bens, no leading. And so that should be a very nice minyan service. And afterwards, there's going to be a little discussion of the Torah portion as part of our Torah Food and Shmooze program. So it's all happening here at Temple Shalom Emeth. Thank you all for being here. And thank you to Val for sponsoring the Oneg Shabbat this evening. And welcome to Tyler, who is our new security guard. So thank you, Tyler, for making us feel safe. And now we're going to continue our service with a Kiddush on page 122. Mark, can you make it up here to lead us in the English of the Kiddush? Do you want me to bring the Kiddush cup over to you? Which is better?
Put Mark on the spot here, being in the limelight.
Just grab the Kiddush cup. Mark, can you take a step this way?
What
so
am
we
I
do-
saying? We'll tell you in a second. There you go. Okay.
Please rise. Take a step. Just the bottom of that page.
I wear my glasses. Okay.
Go ahead.
I can't really see it.
That'd be hard to see too.
Okay. Thank you. The heavens and the earth were finished and in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy. Because of it, God ceased from all work and creation, and that God had all that God had done.
Sorry, I wear my glasses.
You just stand right there, but look that way.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam,
asher
kiddushenu b'mitzvot
v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho b'ahava u'ratzon inhilanu, zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit, hu yom techilah l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher yetziat mitzrayim. Yiranu v'acharta, Yiranu hidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodeshecha, v'yahava u'ratzon, inchatanu.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Mekadesh,
HaShabbat. Amen.
Thank you. Now we'll continue with the motzi. The challah was made by Ellen Finkelman, who's in the Berkshires at the moment, but she made the challah anyway.
Please join me in the blessing.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Please be seated.
And now please join us in our closing song. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. I think that's on one of the 640 pages there. It's very short. You probably know it already. And it's got words to Hine Matov in the chorus of it, which is right under that song too. So it's somewhere like 644, but I think you'll pick it right up anyway. So
And you need to pick it up with your shakers as well.
Shakers. Well, let's get some good shaking.
Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Hevenu Shalom. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Hevenu Shalom. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim am yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Hevenu Shalom. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Hevenu. Aleichem Hevenu. Aleichem Hevenu Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, everyone.